right, YouTube. Today I'm going to be talking about the JPC 2.0, the K19 by Agilite, and the U.S. Army's IOTV Gen 4. I'll be going over the pros, the cons, what I like, what I don't like, and at this end of this video, you're going to know which one is going to be right for you. Enjoy.
Okay, so first up, we have the Army's IOTV, right? This is the improved outer tactical vest. It is soft armor with hard armor. This happens to not have ESAPI plates in it because I don't have any small ESAPI plates laying around, so this is just the soft armor. These get a lot of hate online. People seem to not like these. These are standard issue for the U.S. Army, have been for a while. Gen 1 and 2 are going to be in the old UCP camo, right? Universal Pattern Camouflage, the gray digital the Army used to use, and then the Gen 3 and Gen 4 are going to be in Scorpion OCP. Honestly, I think these are a pretty cool vest. So you have soft armor in the front, soft armor in the back, made by Point Blank Industries. They're the same people who made the Interceptor vest. It's 3A protective, so up to 44 Magnum. You can take one to the chest and keep rocking. Allegedly, right? Maybe some internal damages, but you're not getting penetrated by that bullet. That's preferable. On the side, you also have 3A armor, and you have Molly in here. This comes with these little square 6x6 cutouts, right? So you run your side plates. Side plate, you're gonna have a soft side plate, which is 3A, and then your ESAPI side plate. ESAPI side plate is gonna stop anything up to 30-06 steel penetrators, allegedly. I've never been shot with an ESAPI plate on, but I've heard they do work. There's a lot of reports out of Ukraine where guys are getting shot with, 7.62 by 5.4R and they're walking away from it, right? That's amazing, right? Getting shot with 308-ish cartridge and not dying. So, side plates, ESAPIs, front and back, standard ESAPI, right? I wear a medium. They're great plates, ceramic, wear them with soft backer. This is a pretty good vest overall if you like Molly. It's fairly minimalist. A lot of people don't like how bulky these side pieces are, the cummerbund, but I don't think it's too bad, really. Yeah, you have a quick detach system. So if you lift up on this and pull out, the whole vest comes apart. It's kind of a pain in the dick to get back together, so I'm not going to demonstrate it. Put your rank there. This one doesn't have a space for a name tape. There's not a lot of Velcro because the Army wants you to worry about carrying magazines and putting the enemy into kill boxes so they can be killed by armor and artillery. They don't want you to have a million patches on here, right? They want you to do your job. Anyway, putting it on is simple. You have this front little flap and it lifts up. It's all Velcro-y to reveal these little pinchers. These clip into there. Pretty good system in my opinion. Adjustable shoulders as well. Grab handle on the back so your buddy can pull you to safety, and tons of Molly. They have these little strips here which are cool because you can actually add a placard. The tap system will actually clip right onto this and wrap around, and you can put something back here for it to clip into. Kind of cool. It's going to be bulky, super bulky way to do things, but it is doable, right? Not the most modern vest, right? You're lacking some amenities. I don't have the shoulder pads or the dick protector on there, but they do come with that, as well as a kidney pad on the back. If you find one of these cheap at like an Army surplus store, I say cheap, sometimes these can be very, very expensive, and sometimes they aren't, depending on like the quality. But if you have a job that involves you getting like stabbed, shot with handgun rounds, or like fragmentation hitting you, these are really cool. Like if you're a journalist or if you work with a police department a lot, you can wear this without the hard plates, and you do have soft armor, right? Like if you're a reporter and you're at, kind of a sketchy area, this is gonna protect you from handguns without being all that heavy. Good beginner vests. I think that the Army has really done pretty good with these, and I wouldn't be disappointed if this is what I was issued, but I prefer the vest that will be coming up. 7 out of 10. This is the K19 by Agilite, right? This is my buddy's vest. I borrowed it for the weekend for the review. I've never worn this in the field. I can't speak to its comfort. I've been told it's very comfortable because some of my best buddies wear the Agilite and they swear by it, right? This was designed by the Jews. This is a desert vest. This is what they're using right now in Palestine. And it's allegedly very good. The construction seems terrific, right? But it is very thick. My buddy's vest is set up very differently than how I like to set up my vest. This is a very heavy vest with a lot less stuff on the belt, whereas I run my JPC fairly slick, all things considered, with a lot on my battle belt. So it's hot. It is freaking hot today and humid. Yeah, so the first thing you're going to notice about the Agilite is it has a ton of padding, right? They call this like 3-dimensional mesh, and it is super meshy. For reference, this is a medium ESAPI plate, so it is the same protection as the JPC I'm going to show you next, but it is far thicker, as well as these straps. These are some thick straps. I mean, you probably have nearly 1.5 inches of cushion, all things considered, right? We're going to go from the top to the bottom, just so I don't forget anything. But up here, we have these cool little Velcro things. You can run cable management. You could run, you know, a freaking hose if you wanted to, like my buddy has. Very handy. You have these quick detach, pull up and out. They're kind of awkward and I don't want to mess up his shoulder, but I'll show you on the sides. They're a little easier. My buddy has elected to remove the right shoulder because it is very difficult to shoulder a rifle with this vest on. Even with that off, in my opinion, with the K19 on, shouldering, that's one of the main reasons I won't run one, is it is very hard to shoulder a firearm with this vest on, just because of the cushion. Right, which is cool. If your primary job isn't shooting, which most people who carry a gun, their job isn't to shoot, right? Their job is to talk on the radio or man an artillery piece, right? Most people aren't shooting the enemy. They're creating situations for the enemy to be killed by other means. So really terrific vest, right? You have a zipper right here, opens up, and this is a deep pocket. I mean, look at my hand just disappear in there. That goes all the way, my finger's down here. That is a lot, and there's a lot of space in here. A whole map and room for more stuff. I'm not gonna pull everything out because it's not my stuff to pull out, but you can fit a lot in that pocket. A good friend of mine who does a lot of RTO stuff runs his whole Right in the Rain book along with 9-line cards. All of his radio stuff can fit in this pocket here. Far more spacious than the JPC. And because of that, it's a lot thicker vest, right? A lot of Velcro on the front there. My friend has a frag grenade pouch, and in there is this, which is the same thing I do. Anything that matters should be paracorded off, and it's got a little easy pull knot so that he can read it, but it keeps it kind of out of the way. Tons of Velcro. You have the 6-inch spaced placard buckles. These are 1-inch buckles. He has a T-Rex arms. They're kind of expandy, so it could be 1 M4 mag or 2, or 1 .308 magazine. Allegedly, these will work for the 416, but we haven't tried it yet. So I'll report back to you on that. Cool placard, just lifts up, Velcro's on. Underneath that, we've got, I think this is a Spiritus Systems. It's like their brunch box or their lunch box or something. Velcro on the front, tourniquet holder, and that's full of medical gear. Source Trust. Moving on to the sides, we have this like skeletonized style. We're gonna lift this up. Cummerbund, right? This is very reminiscent of the JPC. And then we have this like quick detach kind of deal. So it fits up in there, and then it pulls up and it like clips in. There we go. And then you pull down and out and it's off. Honestly, pretty solid system, especially once you get used to it. Then you can don and doff this plate carrier super quickly, right? Over here on the other side, same thing. Got a big multi-purpose pouch, tourniquet pouch, and then over here, Harris 152 and another tourniquet. This guy carries a lot of tourniquets. It's good. It's good stuff. Flipping it around. On the back, we have the Agilite flat pack. Agilite, I don't think they call it the flat pack, but it's their little back panel, right? Oh, we also have a, that is Velcroed on there. We have a handle, a drag handle, which is essential, right? I'm not gonna pull everything out of there, but there is a camelback in there, and this vest is quite heavy, right? I can't blame the K19 because a lot of that is just, I think, stuff that my friend has on there, but with a full camelback, and the plate carrier itself's got to weigh twice what a JPC does. Tons of Velcro back here. You can put a helmet back here. I think mostly medical gear is what my buddy keeps on his. but you keep snacks, water, any sort of items that you want on your person. They clip on with these nice little clips and then Velcro onto the back, and it looks like there's also some MOLLE straps running down. But overall, solid vest. I would recommend these to people. I would say easily a 7 out of 10 vest from what I've seen, but it has some little things that just kind of make it not for me, right? It's a little bit bulky, it's a little bit heavy, and for the same price, pretty much, you can get an American-made plate carrier, right? I'm not in the Jewish army of freaking Israel, so I'm gonna wear an American JPC. All right, Cry Precision JPC 2.0. Those who know this is the plate carrier in my opinion. It has flaws and it has pros. It has pros and it has cons. I've gone over this on the channel, so I don't need to go that in depth. I'm not talking about what I run, I'm talking about the plate carrier itself today. This is medium ESAPI plates. You've got plenty of stretchy material, so you can run soft backers with your ESAPIs, right? This is a super lightweight plate carrier, made in the United States. It's all, I mean, it's Cry nylon. If you've used Cries, you know how they feel. You've got a Velcro on the front, which is handy. I keep some dumb bullshit up there. I got my name, my rank, my blood type, just simple stuff. You got the coupler for your front placard, super universal. Everybody these days has a placard, everybody makes a placard. The shoulder straps are going to be thin. This is a plate carrier for people who carry plates and want to be quick. I wouldn't recommend this as a comfortable, these lack cushion. There is not a lot of cushion on the shoulders. There's not a lot of cushion on the front and on the back. There's no cushion, right? This is for somebody who wants to run and jump around. If you're getting in and out of vehicles, this is the way to go. I think they're great for cops and they're great for people who have a job that has them moving, right? That's why I wear it. I'm not gonna pretend I'm like a Navy SEAL or anything, right? My job isn't that crazy, but I do get in and out of M-Razors and Humvees quite a bit, and having something this thin is really nice for that, right? But don't think you're getting like a comfortable plate carrier, or at least not a cushioned plate carrier. Moving down, we have the Hapalon material. Not a huge fan, honestly. This little piece tore right when I first got it and then stopped tearing. I guess they kind of just fit to you. That's what people have told me, but there's definitely, I mean, little nicks and stuff in it, and it's a weird kind of stretchy material, but I don't know, it hasn't fallen apart on me yet, but I would prefer maybe just normal. The shoulder straps are my least favorite part of the JPC. Moving down, we got the plate bag. Like I said, it's just nylon. We got Velcro. Up here, I've got a protractor. I have a right in the rain. You should always have at least 1 or 2 right in the rains on you. The pocket's decently deep, but it's a lot thinner than the JPC or than the K19. It runs to about here, so I'm able to fit my whole right in the rain, my whole protractor, Sharpie, and a freaking pen, right? So just for doing basic stuff, you never know when you might need a pen and a pencil. Push that back in there. Velcro's up nice. It's super easy to get in there on the fly, right? Like if I'm talking on the radio, need to write something down, rip that right in the rain out, rip that pencil, write everything down, put it away. Super. You don't have a zipper to worry about, just Velcro. Moving down, I have the S-Tac Kiwis on there. Standard stuff, right? 30 round magazines. I'm currently reviewing these. I've been firing them full auto, semi-auto, been using them in field conditions, flat range conditions. So far, they're terrific. The Magpul T-Mag. Moving over, I keep my radio in a little, the Cry pouch, the Embitter pouch, right? That's part of what keeps this so light compared to that K19 I showed a minute ago. So if you look at my whole vest here, it is like quite minimal. We have mags, we have a radio, we have smoke grenade or extra mags, and that's pretty much it, right? All my tourniquets, all my, anything to do with a handgun, all my extra mags, all my compass, that stuff is all living on the battle belt for me. And I'm just running this as light as possible. I have these nice MOS Tactical First Spear tubes. Pop on there, pull down and out, and they come out. These will break. I had one on both sides, and I lent it to my buddy back in Alaska. And it turns out if you rip straight out on a cold day, they will break. So, but I mean, that's just how plastic is, right? Not everything survives the Alaska winter. On the back, you'll see all I've got is a flag, U.S. Air Force. It's nice we have these zippers. You can run a back panel if you have $1 million to throw at that. I personally don't really like back panels. I get in and out of vehicles a lot, and it just adds heft. It's bad enough that I have a first aid kit down here. If I had a whole thing, I think that it would just be really frustrating for me. That's personal preference, right? My buddy has the K19 with the back panel, and he really enjoys it. And for dismounted stuff, it is cool, but it bugs me getting in and out of vehicles with a back panel. They're expensive. You can buy a variety of them that zip up, which is super cool. If I did like like TRF or something, someday, right, I would probably get a back panel. It'd be cool to keep some flashbangs in there, so when you're stacked up, hey buddy, put a flash in this room. My buddy can get it, throw it in there, right? But I can't reach that. So outside of very tactical stack up type environments, which is not what I do, right? I'm out in the woods digging holes, driving vehicles. I don't breach and clear rooms. But yeah, grab handle, sewn all the way down, super simple, not much to it. The JPC is a great vest. If you want something American made, you want something durable. I've had this since 2022. It's been holding strong. It's got a lot of life left in it. Just good American vest. You get what you pay for. These are fairly expensive, but in my opinion, you look around, everybody I know who's serious, who does serious things, runs basically either a JPC or a K19. Those are the two I see, right? You can watch videos of fucking Special Forces, Spec War, they're doing their thing. There's a reason they get issued, the JPC. The 2.0 has a couple upgrades that I think make it a lot better than the 1.0. The front placard mainly being it. I don't really care about the zippers, but they're nice to be there. Overall, this is the vest I would recommend if you have, 150 or 200 bucks laying around, you want to set up a new vest. Maybe you've been on station for a couple years and you say, you know what, the issued vest just isn't cutting it for me. I want something new. I would recommend this. K19 is not a bad option, but I value buying American-made products. I value comfort. I value airflow, and this is a real stand-up vest. All right, thanks for watching. That was just 3 vests I had laying around. There's a ton of vests out there. The most important thing, just get something that takes placards, right? Get something that's either K19 or OCP so you can wear it at work. And really, that's all that really matters. There's a lot of good runner-ups. I used to have a Banshee, sold that to my buddy. He's still running it for law enforcement, right? Just get a vest that works for you. Try on vests before you buy one. And overall, get a JPC 2.0. Like, subscribe, comment. I like the comments. They're super cool. I get some really good ones, and I try to respond to everyone, or at least most everyone. So, tell your buddies. Maybe you have someone, they're looking for a vest. Tell them to get the JPC. Thank you and goodbye.